Is it a mysterious crash site that may hold the answer?
Yeah, that's it. That one. That's pretty damn close.
Just what is going on in Area 51?
There's nothing more dangerous than a place that doesn't exist.
Beyond Area 51 on Unsolved History. Since the 1940s, there have been thousands of reported sightings of UFOs, unidentified flying objects. These mystifying and intriguing encounters have created a new geography of secrecy. And the center of this world is a desolate stretch of desert in Nevada called Area 51. Located approximately 100 miles northwest of Las Vegas, Area 51 is known by many names. Dreamland, Paradise Ranch, and Groom Lake. Officially, it doesn't even exist. But Area 51 has become one of the most famous place names in pop culture, inspiring movies, books, and TV shows. For this secret base is where our government tests the aircraft of the future, as well as, according to some, those from other worlds. How did Area 51 become associated with alien spacecraft? It all began with one man's incredible story.
Although people in the know about secret aircraft programs had known of the existence of Area 51 for a while, it really achieved kind of notoriety and prominence during the early 1990s after the revelations of a guy called Bob Lazar, who claimed to have worked at Area 51 or a location nearby, reverse engineering captured alien spacecraft.
The antimatter reacting with matter produces the energy, mainly heat energy, and that is converted into electrical energy by a thermiotic generator.
What he stated he was doing, he was hired on by the Navy to do reverse engineering on propulsion systems for alien spacecraft. Now, he indicated he was in an area called S4, which is an area that's about 15 miles from the main facility, Area 51, and that in the base of the mountain was a hangar complex that was actually built into the mountain, and they had 9 spacecraft of different physical configurations, but all powered by the same power source.
Although there was no way to corroborate Bob Lazar's story, it quickly caught the attention of the media.
Now, whether you believe Lazar or not, it was this period really which kind of prompted hundreds, if not thousands of people to turn up there, seeing what they could see.
The tiny hamlet of Rachel, Nevada, just outside Area 51, became an unofficial meeting place for UFO watchers. Throughout the 1990s, thousands of tourists, UFO fanatics, and the just plain curious converged on this isolated corner of the Nevada desert. But Bob Lazar's claims have not convinced everyone.
There is no evidence at all of any alien or extraterrestrial presence or involvement at Area 51.
Alien spacecraft housed in underground bunkers beneath the desert? Or are these reports of UFOs part of a cover story to obscure the truth?
One of the best sources of keeping something classified is disinformation. The best way to do it is say is imply that it's a UFO, when in fact it was a man-built aircraft.
To uncover the truth about Area 51, Unsolved History has assembled a team of investigators. Military aviation expert Nick Cook, aviation author and historian James Goodall, UFO researcher Stan Gordon, and historian in residence Daniel Martinez. Together they will read revisit some of the most intriguing UFO sightings of recent years and separate the facts from the myths about Area 51. The history of Area 51 begins in the early days of the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a frantic arms race. Area 51, which included a dry lake bed known as Groom Lake, was one of several blocks of land carved out of the Nevada desert for testing atomic weapons. In the spring of 1955, grid number 51 was chosen to test another type of weapon.
Area 51 came about largely thanks to the Lockheed Company, which was doing a lot of secret work post the Second World War and needed a very remote and secure location to test its then top secret spy plane projects.
Lockheed Aeronautics engineer Kelly Johnson enlisted a friend to help him find a suitable location to develop their new spy plane. Test pilot Tony LeVere, the man who some say is the true father of Area 51.
I told Kelly in simple words, I know exactly what you want, and I'll get right with it, which I did. I'm searching for the perfect dry lake, because I knew that a dry lake is the best natural landing field for experimental flying that ever was devised.
When LeVere and his team came across the area around Groom Lake, he knew he had found the spot.
This thing is, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 10 plus. The rest of them don't even stand a chance. Its location was really out in a godforsaken country, and not very many people roam around those parts.
Within a few weeks, Area 51 had become the U.S. government's most top-secret test facility. The first project to be tested, the U-2 spy plane. Equipped with highly sensitive cameras and infrared sensors, the U-2 was capable of producing detailed aerial images of enemy installations from altitudes as high as 70,000 feet, far beyond the range of enemy radar.
From the very beginning, the U-2 was a CIA-operated spy plane. And the way our government decided to cover the fact that it wasn't truly a spy plane is they said it was used for weather reconnaissance.
For over 4 years, the U-2 flew dozens of missions over the USSR, gathering vital photographic information about the Soviets' military capabilities. But in May of 1960, the U-2 program came crashing to Earth.
Secret reconnaissance of Russia by high-flying American U-2 jets ended when one was downed deep in Soviet territory. Its pilot, Francis Powers, was made the subject of a showcase trial.
A Soviet court convicted Francis Gary Powers of spying and sentenced him to 10 years in prison. He was later exchanged for a Soviet agent, but U-2 flights over the USSR were ended. Although the U-2 incident was a severe setback for the U.S. government, the spy plane had provided invaluable information during the Cold War.
Without images coming from the U-2s, we would not have known that the Soviet Union was moving intermediate-range ballistic missiles into Cuba. It proved what the Soviet Union had and what they didn't have prior to satellites coming into operation.
But the U-2 was not the last secret plane to be tested at Area 51.